So tonight I'm with Jade. Jade, how old are you?
19 years old.
Jade, you're also with your service dog. That is Penny, right?
Yes, sir.
How long have you had Penny?
5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long have you been out here in the streets?
On and off since I was 11 years old, but I officially became homeless at 18. Like, officially, like, cut off from everybody, no family, no nothing, no contact, nothing.
On and off on the streets since 11. How does that happen?
Well, my family was not the nicest people in the world, and I suffered from domestic violence, verbal violence, sexual assault, a lot of things, and they were also addicts themselves, and they also had a lot of mental illnesses, a lot of generational trauma carried through my grandpa abusing his children, and then his children not knowing, like, and expanding their horizon and their point of views to take that out on me as well. So, yeah, running away from home was a big thing for me, just because I didn't have a home. I didn't have a home to really go to as a young child. So when that happens, my only release was outside. My only release was being out on the streets. Homeless people took me in. They made sure I was clothed. They made sure I was fed. They made sure I was good. Yes, they were out there, but these are the same people that have dealt with the same or similar situations. So, they really had a heart out for me.
When did you start using blues?
When I was 13 years old. I'm 19 now, so it's been a minute.
How were you introduced?
A friend of a friend,
On the streets?
No, he had a home, but he was in the process of getting kicked out through his drug use. So kind of just one thing led to another, and a group of us just started getting into it, and it's where I'm at now in my life, still using continuously to this day.
How many ODs for you?
I've actually never OD'd. Thank God, surprisingly. I've never OD'd, but I have seen a lot of people OD, and I've had friends pass away from it. It's not fun. I always carry Narcan with me. So, yeah, I always like to make sure I'm good. Thank God I've never OD'd myself. But I have witnessed it, and it's a very traumatic and sad thing, especially hearing the families and the people that took care of the people that were out here on drugs. It's a very heart-wrenching thing.
Why do you think so many young people are using blues?
Because it's like when people back in the day used to do heroin. It's like a warmth feeling. It's like something that fills a void. You go to sleep, and sleep is the cousin of death. So I feel like it brings them closer to something that they want to necessarily die, but because of things and stuff that they've gone through in their lives, they feel that whatever brings them closer to death is the way out. And usually it does end and results in that. And these are just broken people that really don't know how else to cope, and they don't know how else to handle themselves, because either they've been taught by people that took care of them or people that were around them that they were a problem, so their result to the problem was taking care of it in that manner.
Would you say that you're trying to mask trauma from your past, from your childhood with these pills?
Yes. I can admit that, yes, I am using this as a masking and a very big coping mechanism to try not to feel as much as possible. And that's what it does. It nods you out. It messes with the chemicals in your brain to imbalance it, and it takes away the feeling factor. It takes away your emotions. It takes away pretty much the quote-unquote ideal, what you would want to not feel, if that makes sense. It makes you forget.
You have a lot to forget?
Sadly, I have a lot to forget, but with that, it's a contradiction. With as much as you try to forget, you end up remembering even more. So then that leads to more drug use, and that leads to more drug use, and something else to put on top of that.
It's like a vicious cycle.
It's a very vicious cycle. It's gnarly. Very, very gnarly.
You're 19, but you've seen a lot in your life, and most of it's not good.
Most of it isn't good, but I'm thankful. Honestly, yes, I have seen a lot of bad, But if it wasn't for the bad, I wouldn't appreciate the good, and I wouldn't want to venture out, and I wouldn't want to see and be hungry for the good. Yes, I may be doing drugs and I may be doing bad now, but who's to say that this isn't just my journey to stepping into something more positive and actually appreciating it, instead of just going there with no life lessons, no nothing learned, and just having it be another day. I feel like I'm gonna appreciate it a whole lot more when I am out of this cycle.
When do you think that will be, when you're out of this cycle?
When I really choose to evolve instead of remaining.
So if I was to ask you, where will you be in 6 months?
The honest answer, probably here. But because with that realization and answering that question, I would hope for myself to get it together and have the realization and have the psychological change and the mental expansion and growth to want to pursue better, so that way that doesn't end up being the outcome. So that way, if you were to see me in 6 months, that's not what I'm doing, and we're not in the same position.
Jade, did you ever have any hopes, dreams, aspirations when you were a little girl?
Of course.
What'd you want to become?
I wanted to be a veterinarian. I really wanted to be a veterinarian. And I'm very intellectually inclined. I like books, I like reading, I like studying. I wanted to be an archaeologist, a blacksmith. I wanted to make swords. I wanted to do a lot. And it's not that I can't not do that. It's just a lot of it has been buried and put down because I was always put down and told that I couldn't do that. But now I can't blame those people in my past and for telling me that, yeah, that's what it was now. But the only person that's putting me down at this point is myself. So I have no excuse. I can't keep putting the blame on somebody who isn't doing it now. I'm a grown person. I'm a grown adult. Just because I'm 19 doesn't mean that I'm not to blame for myself still being out here.
What is your background, your heritage?
I'm Dominican, Spaniard, Aztec, and Cherokee. So my grandparents, even though they were my grandpa was born here in Arizona, and his family is from Mexico, and my grandma was born in Washington, and she descends from the Spaniards. So, and my dad is Dominican. He's from the Dominican Republic, and my mom, of course, she ended up mixed with Mexican and Spaniard. So.
Do you know Spanish?
A little bit. Kind of lost it, doing drugs, and it's kind of blotchy now. But I feel like with a lot more studying and focusing and getting my mind cleared, it'll come back to me.
Mucho or poquito?
Mucho. Grande.
What you definitely seem mature and well spoken.
Thank you.
If tomorrow you garnered the strength to decide to go to rehab and you're clean in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, what would you be doing? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I want to finish getting my GED or high school diploma. I want to find a high school that way I can get into a program so I can graduate with either high school diploma and a certificate in cosmetology, being a nurse or psychology, something extra, so that way it is a career leading path for me to expand, and especially in college and stuff like that. It gives me an open door and an opportunity. But GED is just as good, but I'm stubborn. I like putting my hand out there. If I'm going to go into something, I'm going to go all out, So I feel like especially going all out with my education and that expansion, I'm already very intellectually inclined. So I feel like if I were to really pursue it, it would work in abundance, and it would just, the strive would be there. It would take me far, I feel like.
You have so much potential, I think you can definitely get there. Penny deserves a home.
Of course Penny deserves a home. My dog she's a very good dog. And I'm thankful that I am up every day. Yes, I do the drugs, but I still make sure my dog is fed at the end of the day, and I still make sure she's okay, and vice versa. She makes sure that I'm okay. As an emotional support dog, it is her job, but as having an emotional support dog, it is my job to make sure that she is okay to be able to support my emotions, and vice versa. It's not like It's not like a 50-50 thing.
It's a team.
Yeah, it's a teamwork. Especially being out here, like she defends me, she protects me. She's like a guard dog at the same time because she's seen the horrors and the things that have happened. So it makes her closer to me, and it brings us a lot closer. But that's no excuse to keep putting her through the suffering, because it does take a toll. And as she gets older, she's already 5 now. As she gets older, and she can't do it, she can't do this forever, and neither can I.
Speaking of not doing it forever, it's 2024. I've been doing this for over 3 years, and I have a long list of people that they're no longer here. And that's sad, because they're young, 18, 19, 20.
Under
That's
30.
It. Yeah, under 30. You know,
Maybe
you see them.
25.
You're hanging. The group you're hanging out with, there nobody's under
Half of
over
the people
30.
I went to high school with are either out here, and then like a quarter of that are gone.
I believe you. Sad reality.
Sad. It's a sad reality, but there's a reason as to why I'm not a part of that, and I'm a part of the ones that are still going, and I live every single day for those that couldn't. So therefore, if I were to really make that change and establish that difference, it would make it all the better, and I would truly be living for the ones that like died doing the stuff that I'm doing. Because how can I say that that was really my true friend if I'm not living and doing better, something that they didn't get the chance to do, and I'm getting the chance to do it.
Absolutely. Jade, I'm gonna say thank you very much for talking to me. I approached you and I told you the mission statement of my channel is prevention through awareness. By you having the courage to share your story, there's going to be a 12-year-old, 11-year-old Jade at home that's going through her issues at home, and she needs to hear your voice, your story, so you can inspire her, so that you can let her know that it's going to be okay in spite of what she's going through right now. There's hope, just like there's hope for you. So again, I applaud you. You should be proud of yourself. Your story is going to save at least one person's life.
I hope so. Even if that life, sadly, maybe it might not be my life, but as long as this lives on the internet, it will be a life well saved.
Absolutely. I'm going to give you my card with my number on it, so you can call me if you ever need right of treatment or somebody to talk to, okay?
Okay.
I'm also going to hand you a donated blessing bag from one of my subscribers.
Okay. Thank you.
Her name is Shorty. Can you look through there to see if those are items you could use?
Of course. Some food. Food is always good. Always needed. A blanket, because, oh my gosh, it's cold out here. Thank you so much. Ooh. A sweater. Oh, yes, a sweater. I love sweaters. Yes. I'm such a sweater person, as you can tell. I live in sweaters. Some hygiene. Hygiene is always good because we live in Arizona. It's still hot. And then water. Always got to stay hydrated. If not for me, for my baby dog. And then a note. You are in my thoughts and prayers. Oh, how sweet. Oh, this is cool. I like that. Kudos to who designed this. First, I want to say thank you for accepting this blessing bag. My family and friends helped me make for you. I only ask that you do me a favor and say a prayer for me as I battle my struggles with depression, anxiety, and awful thoughts as well. When you can, please pay it forward and bless someone by simply being a friend and helping someone in need. I hope these items help out a little bit. Be safe, and please call Art to go to treatment. Of course. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. God bless.
God bless you, Jade. Please take care of yourself. And
course.
Penny,
thank you.
I appreciate you. I believe in you. Again, you're gonna have my number, so you can call me, okay?
So
Please stay safe. We'll talk soon, okay?
Of course. Thank you. Bye.